Our first story for today started on August 6th of 2024 at the New York City premiere of It Ends With Us, when fans noticed that there wasn't a single photo of the entire cast together. So you got Blake Lively. She was photographed with her husband, Ryan Reynolds, who actually joined in on the press junket run for the movie, despite not being in the movie. Fellow A-lister Hugh Jackman, also not in the movie, and co-stars Jenny Slate, Brandon Skinner. But what stood out the most was that Justin Baldoni only appeared on the red carpet solo, and side by side with his wife, Emily, and other friends and family, but never with Blake Lively or any of the co-stars from the movie. According to People magazine, Baldoni also allegedly didn't introduce the film ahead of the screening with Lively and Hoover, despite being the director and the star of the film. So Baldoni and his production company, Wayfarer Studios, acquired the rights to the book in 2019, and then Blake was cast in it back in 2023. But it's very weird for the director not to introduce the movie at the screening. When Don't Worry Darling premiered at the 2022 Venice International Film Festival, co-stars Harry Styles and Olivia Wilde, who were reportedly dating at the time, seemed to avoid each other on the red carpet. During every group photo, they always had somebody between them to pose. In one viral video, Harry seemingly declined a request from a team member who was like, "Hey, stay next to Olivia," and it was like, this whole red carpet went viral. At the 2023 Academy Awards, Vanessa Hudgens was interviewing celebs as ABC's red carpet correspondent, but her ex, Best Actor nominee Austin Butler, was interviewed by her co-host Ashley Graham. So later in the night, as Austin exited the Vanity Fair Oscars after party, Vanessa kept her eyes on her phone as she brushed past him. Vanessa seemingly responded to the full video by sharing a video of Malala telling Jimmy Kimmel, "I only talk about peace," captioning it, "Let's all be the I only talk about peace train." Okay? Through almost 3 decades of laughter, some of the best South Park episodes have upset some pretty powerful people. And while that's exactly what Matt Stone and Trey Parker engineered the show to do, it was their infamous outfits from the 72nd Academy Awards in the year 2000 that resulted in one of their favorite celebrity reactions. And as it turns out, that stunt saw Stone and Parker respectively dressed in famous dresses worn by Gwyneth Paltrow and Jennifer Lopez, and it caused JLo herself to react with a pretty pronounced snub on that night's red carpet. In an interview shared via the Good Sons YouTube channel, South Park co-creator and co-star Trey Parker shared what he felt was the best celebrity reaction to one of their collective shenanigans. So he's like, okay, why is JLo so upset? Well, he shared this. He's like, "My favorite is actually, and I think it's because I wore her dress to the Oscars. But we saw Jennifer Lopez at a party, and all she did was walk past me and push me. I think that's pretty cool." And here I thought the most heated reaction to South Park was that lawsuit between Paramount and Warner for the streaming rights. At the 2023 VMAs, Tiffany Haddish continually photobombed Shakira, who totally ignored her. In a viral video, Tiffany shouted Shakira's name from across the room, and then kept calling for her as she got closer. And Shakira didn't even turn around to see who was yelling for her. In response to criticism of her behavior, Tiffany tweeted, "This is so interesting to me. If you feel like I did too much, all of y'all better be buying Shakira's new album. This experience has allowed me to realize how truly popular I am. I appreciate all of your opinions." At the National Night of Laughter and Song in 2017, Jerry Seinfeld was approached by Kesha, who asked him for a hug, and he repeatedly said no. Jerry later explained to Extra, "I don't hug a total stranger." Now, Kesha talked about the incident with SiriusXM, and she was like, "I felt like I was 5 years old. Oh, I instantly was like, oh, F me." And I somehow ended up in my very own episode, or mini episode of Seinfeld for 5 seconds. Well, I guess Cardi B had Kesha's back, because she had this whole interview with Jerry Seinfeld and Zach Galifianakis. And as she was leaving, she hugged Zach goodbye, but not Jerry. I guess to get a little revenge for Kesha. Kinda cute. Simu Liu is letting it known that the Kenergy between him and his Barbie co-star Ryan Gosling has never been stronger. So he took to Instagram after a resurfaced video of him and Gosling at a Barbie press event in Toronto went viral, prompting fans to question whether the two had butted heads. So in the clip, Simu Liu can be seen placing his arm behind Ryan Gosling's back while posing for cameras, before Ryan Gosling seemingly asks him not to. So obviously this interaction raised some eyebrows following Barbie's theatrical release, but Liu insisted all was well between the two Kens. He's like, "I'd beat you off with the Canadian again in a heartbeat." He said this on his Instagram story. So cool, fun. Liu went on to call Gosling the best human in every way, especially when he jokes around with us on the carpet and on set, infecting all of us with his Kenergy. So fans were quick to weigh in on the awkward moment online before the air was cleared, with one fan writing via Twitter, "Oh, I'd literally never show my face again." Another user wrote, "This is so humiliating it made my stomach hurt." Others, however, pointed out that the stars' behavior reflected the relationship between their two versions of Ken in the Barbie movie, as their respective characters are kind of rivals throughout the entirety of the film. And hey, if you know anything about Ryan Gosling, he sells whatever character he's playing until that, leaves the theater. So maybe he was just reminding Simu Liu to stay in character. It added to the appeal of the storyline in the press, so kind of brilliant if it was planned. Kylie Jenner seemed to brutally snub Selena Gomez at the 81st Annual Golden Globe Awards. So at the prestigious award show, it seemed that Selena was feeling frustrated as she angrily vented to her besties Taylor Swift and Keely Sperry about the hurtful interaction she had with the famous Kardashian. Expert lip reader Jeremy Freeman broke down the chat for the news, revealing that it seemed Kylie refused to let Selena take a picture with her boyfriend, actor Timothée Chalamet, during the red carpet event. It appeared that Selena said to Taylor, "I asked for a picture with him and she said no," to which Kaylee then mouthed, "With Timothy?" To which Selena nodded. So after all this tenseness, fans took to social media sharing their thoughts on the drama. One fan wrote, "It might be true, I do the same to my man, LMAO." Another wrote, "The heavy nod Selena did after, I just know she was ready for the mess she was about to start." And a third added, "Taylor's friend is messy as hell for yelling Timothy's name so loud like that." Anyway, the discourse around this is already weird. Why am I seeing people saying she's too old for this? If a former friend declined a photo with you, literally any woman's first move would be to tell her best friends about it. It's really not that deep. After last year's Critics' Choice Awards, one celebrity moment was causing a stir online after an eagle-eyed viewer honed in on a seriously awkward interaction between Dua Lipa and Billie Eilish. So both stars were nominated in the Best Original Song category for their respective work on Barbie, so they were seated at the same table for the swanky show. Well, during a brief moment of downtime, both Dua and Billie were standing up and mingling with other guests when Dua spotted a camera and seemingly attempted to pose with Billie. In the clip, the star flicks her long hair over her shoulder and, while maintaining eye contact with the camera, turns around with the apparent intention of being back-to-back with Billie. Now, unfortunately, Billie had looked away, like right before Dua started posing, and looks like she didn't want to pose. So instead, she moves her back away from Dua, which prompts Dua Lipa to hastily straighten up and kind of awkwardly laugh. And in a bid to try and brush off the cringeworthy moment, she then casually picks up something to eat from the table, while Billie sits down, still unaware of what she's kind of done. Needless to say, this whole thing caused quite the stir online, with a lot of folks being like, "Oh my god, I'm feeling the secondhand embarrassment." Literally, one tweet said, "Can you delete this? I am suffering secondhand embarrassment." Somebody said, this is like someone ignoring your high five, but only 1,000 times worse. Somebody went so far as to say, "Not to be dramatic, but I would hide myself under the table till the entire ceremony is over." The MMA Hour host was covering the Paris Olympics for Canadian broadcaster CBC and took to Twitter and shared a compilation of his interviews as well as his celebrity snubs. We're talking Ariana Grande, Nina Dobrev. He was like, "Exciting assignment. Go talk to famous people at the opening ceremony red carpet. Me, yay. Reality, snub city." Now, fans took to the online forums and they're like, "Hey, look, you really tried. And look, you still got some star athletes to talk to you. That's gotta count for something, right?" Well, that's all for today, folks. See ya!